Welcome to Canucks with Guitars, presented by Vibraprint, online.com, FU-Tone, Tesi Switch, LPD Pedals, Flipside Music, Ardens Music, and other sponsors I can't think of right now. Welcome to, dang it, almost said Sunday Night Hang on Monday. Nope, Canucks with Guitars. I'm your host, Ben. It's my channel there. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the join button. That's always fun. Just saying. Welcome. We've got co-host Terry 3 times. And we've got the one and only Ben Tom. Yeah. Wow, we already got quite the crew in here. First things first, we did confirm, folks, the local LC was in fact open, and we have an icy cold snack. And we found the vintage cold snack opener. Let's see if that'll
now I can see it.
I had one of those as a kid.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's awesome.
The old Miller High Life. So we're going internet. It's NAFTA. Mexican beer, American opener, Canadian consumer.
I'd tap that.
Excellent. Wow, let's see. Who do we got in here? We've got the one and only. He was live earlier today. Tinkerbell in the house. Yes.
That's all.
We have Zach Thong, Tim Thomas, Max Josephson, Symmetry, Randy Crooks, BC Rich 581. Unfucking believable. Yeah, I can say that. We're more than 2 minutes in. Perfect. Edwin Crane, Dan of New Jersey. Other left, Thomas Santiago.
Where in YouTube is Thomas Santiago?
There we go. I can't even the beer bottle anymore.
You broke it already, Ben.
Zach Thong, Mark Effects, Gear Junkie 35, Vince RJ, Billy Maloney, Jack Collins, Matthew Stewart, Magic Man. This is a defective bottle.
Or maybe you still got a little bit of number 3 running through your system.
Pops! By the way, I've decided I'm just going to announce it right here on the channel now. We're going to get rid of the formatted, dedicated videos during the week. They're gone. Replaced by random videos at random times throughout the week. So there's an extra bonus video coming out tomorrow, and Quentin James is referenced in it. Yep, I said it.
Nice.
Yep. And for those who didn't see, Todd flew right into a wall.
Oh,
Bottom Todd taking flight.
Too much liquid in it. You should do something about that. I can do that. All right, Charles75N's here. He says, hello all, lurking while I finish installing a dishwasher.
oh my God, a dishwasher.
GP, Mickey Settlemeyer, Papa Blue.
Make sure those pipes are sealed, man, because once you close that up under the dishwasher, you don't want that leaking.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's not too difficult of a job. That's just a pain in the ass because you got to reach under. You can't see what you're doing, you know. Almost there. Almost there, yeah.
Yes. Randy Crooks got himself a Dark Side by Keeley.
I have a dank side. I don't have a dark side, but I have a dank side.
It's just leave here. We got 32 people in here. If we've got a 2-4, we'll talk about New Pedal Day. Yep, because it happened. Not today. New Pedal Day was technically Thursday last week. Well, and Monday. There was a lot of gear that came in through here. Yes, and for those who may notice, the channel members, because we've had an increase, I was able to get that extra one in there. You can't see it through the StreamYards, but we got a glass sax emoji now.
Oh, boy.
Just saying.
That's great.
Let's see. Oh, gee.
Considering I just hit it before we went to air, I'll take a super chat to play another solo on there. It says in Yoda voice, I'll show you my dark side.
That's so good.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's a great pedal, the dark side pedal. It's got the fuzz and then the modulation. It's like what's his name? Gilmore
the one
Box.
Oh,
yeah, isn't it the one that's
oh,
like
there were suds in that burp.
Kind of.
Well, I think the dark side is what?
Dark side,
Gilmore Box?
it's David Gilmour. It's supposed to be like Dark
Yeah,
Side of the Moon.
yeah,
It's supposed to be
exactly.
Pink Floyd. So one side is like a ram's head or a triangle big muff, one of those.
Or his brother Aaron?
And then the other side is like a modulation thing, does like delay, chorus, flange, all kinds of stuff.
Dog is here. He says, I work for the Kentucky Bird Safety Commission, and we are looking for that Quentin dude. Yeah. First, he's teaching the bird to fly in a room with a ceiling fan. And then, yeah.
I would suggest trying some ketchup.
But we're not trying to get Quentin to fly. That's you just laces ketchup. Hey, Fred,
or a fine product from Kroger.
He says, sure, pal, you can quote me, but can't even say hi. Yeah, whatever, Ben. Whatever, pal. Touche. All right. So, I don't know. Have we hit a 2-4 of thumbs ups?
Yes. 25.
Well, there we are. We got a bonus. Nice. It's like when they stick that extra pint in the case.
Now presenting.
All right, so rather fortunate that a certain person is in the chat. I can do that for midnight. All right, I can join you. All right, so people may recall, I believe, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this was sent to me by JP Page 2. And that is my very shiny, apparently, Akai professional audio custom shop phaser.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
And apparently, the top of my desk is looking kind of clean. Look at that. Yeah. LPD faceplates. Ding.
Yeah,
all right.
Oops.
So, hey, Janice is here. Good to see Janice here.
Hey, Janice.
Welcome, Janice.
And I saw there somebody was complimenting your
Magic
shirt.
Man.
Available
Guitar.
spreadshirt.ca down below. Excuse me. So we got the phaser. And then when I was over at the local chapter of the Long and McQuaid the other day, so I guess it wasn't Thursday. Was it Thursday? No, Tuesday. Wednesday? Could have been. Well, we found this part of the series.
Oh, wow.
So now we have the chorus.
Huh.
Did that series, didn't they also have like a really shiny box one of a like a tape style delay?
I think they do a delay, a compressor, a distortion of some kind. Hey, Lars Guitars.
I only tried that their delay, same shiny box version once, but it was really good.
Yes, I did see that, Janice, and thank you very much.
So I am really digging that chorus. It's cool. Got a deal on it. I said, would you take this much? And they're like, we can't go that low. Would you do this much? And I went, yeah. And ironically enough, Tom.
Yep.
Well, so I bought that. I also bought that. Not all those guitars, but the rack they're sitting in.
Oh, yeah.
Because my sister had paid me for one of the guitars that I recently got that we're giving to one of my nieces. Blah, blah, blah. Anywho's.
Oh, cool.
So I said, that's awesome. Because I basically said, because I wanted to get the new rack.
Nice.
And we're having guitars out on stands, and I just wanted, so we got the row. And hey, Watchman for you, absolute mayhem. And so I bought the guitar rack, the pedal, a drum key because I was putting together Amanda's drum kit and needed a drum key. Well, wouldn't you know, the total tax included out the door was $1 less than the amount I had in my bank account.
Wow.
So I went, well, there we are then. I guess that's
awesome.
what I'm. And I will say, drum keys are much cheaper than I thought they would be.
Oh, they're the little.
Yeah, for tuning the drum.
Yeah.
I figured they would got to be at least $15-$20.
Yeah, what are they?
4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for a Gibraltar one too.
I would have thought these days $10-$15.
Yeah.
Just because they can, not because they need to. So it's
Right.
nice they didn't. They didn't. Well,
Jarrett's in here. Did Jarrett sneak in here? I missed that.
Fred Level Midnight said wind, water, earth, fire, and weed.
I dig it. I dig it. Is that a band?
That wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't be a band.
Or wind, water, earth, fire, and seeds.
Something
That's all you ever need. That's all you ever need then.
Oh, okay. Jarrett's asking, where did I get this shirt? Well, there we go. I got it at Flipside Music. Oh, by the way, folks, did you hear the voiceover at the beginning? Did that work? I know you guys heard it. I don't know if they heard it or not.
I heard it, but I didn't hear it come through because I actually unmuted the stream to hear it.
And it didn't.
Nope.
Yeah, so if you go to flipside-music.com, use the link down below, Jarrett, and you can order one of these shirts.
Hey, Cushman.
Mayhem says, just an FYI, standard drum key will work with a 1/4-inch socket upside down because it's a 1/4-inch square. Billy Baloney heard it. Hey, Cushman.
I think Gear Junkie has a question for you, Ben.
Ooh, sweet. Anyone try the Analog Man King of Tone dual drive from eBay for $60? So tempted.
He said clone, obviously below that, like a clone of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, because anything by Analog Man for $60, snap it up.
Yeah, right.
I'd give it a shot for $60. It's a dual pedal, right?
It's like 90% cheaper than what they go for in Reverb now because they're so backed up.
It's like a pedal, but a dual pedal. What's up, Craig?
What's up, Billy Baloney?
It's Billy Baloney.
Speaking of pedals, for those who, I don't know, maybe you missed it. Last Friday, I released the demo of the LPD Embers, or as Unfucking Believable says, the pedal we're allowed to talk about now? Yep. I don't know how limited this run's going to be, Tom, because after releasing that demo, I noticed, I think I counted at least half a dozen of us already have possession of that pedal. So I think the run is more, and then I remember the photo of all the circuit boards that was teased last week, and that seemed to be more than 25.
Good evening, Greg.
I hope he sells as many as he can. You gotta pay the bills, you know.
Yeah,
he's
we don't know
he's paying in burnt flesh with all the burnt fingertips, you know.
Exactly.
Although he's probably good enough, he doesn't burn himself every time like me.
Mayhem asks, is there a pedal called To the Metal? I wouldn't doubt it.
That's what I was just gonna say. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that was put out like some time back.
There's both Brian Spalding and my lovely sister.
Hello.
And I don't have to get up early tomorrow, although I was convinced my sister worked tomorrow, but it turns out she doesn't work till Wednesday. So I get
I rock Z Blues and hello Amanda.
Yep. I call my rock Z Blues on other channels. Of course, here I rock Red Blues.
I rock Z Blues.
All I would say, other left, is get in on it early. When that email drops, get it. Which I believe it'll drop at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific on Thursday, the 29th. So, yes. It's good. Where's mine? Oh, back there. That's right. It's off the board temporarily. Why?
She loaded and ready for launch there?
She is. Yeah. See, Lawrence can give me crap for already having the Embers back on the tone shelf, which I noticed half that shelf is LPD. But that's okay because it came off the board because I put my hayseed back on the board.
Ben, you'll appreciate this. My buddy Corey was over yesterday, and he was over a couple days ago, and we were, playing around on my guitar, and I had it set up. And he goes, "You really like these LPD Lawrence whatever pedals, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "You have enough of them." And that was shortly before I was like, try this, and he just gave me one of those Just play the effing guitar.
Yes, Watchman. See, it's the official Canucks Guitars glass saxophone.
Like, Terry, someone's told you that you've been messing around too long when they're, a good friend of yours, one of your best friends, and they go, just play the effing guitar.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like what I do say to my friend there at times where it's like, like he's like, oh, but I was going to do this or, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm like, dude, just play the freaking guitar. And then when he finally does, he's like, oh my God, wow, yeah, I should have been playing this guitar.
I started,
who has the most pedals by LPD amongst us? I think I might have more than Lawrence at this point.
More than Lawrence. Like, I think you have Lawrence's catalog.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we up to? 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 on the board right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Holy shit, 14 apparently.
I think I have 9 or 10, so you have way more than me, yeah. Like at least 5 more than me. So
including more or less a double with the 2 versions of the Vermin.
I'll be 1 closer soon though.
Dang. Amanda's putting everything. She and Sam, hi Sam, are both baking cookies. They're peanut butter, banana, chocolate chip, oat cookies.
I can't eat peanut butter at all, but that sounds really good because I love banana. I love peanut butter.
That is a strange combination, but also an awesome combination.
Apparently, Mayhem's sharing Fruitcake Tony's channel. Check it out.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Mayhem, I guess. There we go.
Yeah, they had a good chat last night. We were talking about some 1984 and like the on Tony's show, the Hopper Teacher video. I was watching some of it today. Unfortunately, I couldn't be on with them last night. I had company and family still over here late last night when they were on at 10 o'clock. But I watched it today, though. It's good.
Yes, Fred Love Midnight. Sam is a ma'am. She's a little ma'am. Where did I see that? There. Oh, Billy Baloney says, Ben, when do you get the LPD tattoo? When he offers me free pedals for life. If Lawrence said to me, every pedal that I release going forward, I will send you a copy of. I'd even go with that size.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Just right there.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Nope. Lawrence will do it if you put it on your butt cheek.
You think? No, for advertising, he'd want it like across the back of your hand, so every time you're strumming, you would see LPD.
Yeah, that's true.
Right there.
Or no, you know what? Even more so, right here.
Yeah.
Greg Tomlinson.
When you close-ups.
Oh, the old LPD neck tat.
Oh my God, that'd be brutal. Weird.
No, not going forehead. All right.
Oh my God.
We'll have to negotiate placement. Hey, there's the Albanian assassin himself, Krenar. What's up, Krenar? Where did Krenar show? Krenar, you showed up in a chat the other day, and you just threw the host for a loop trying to say your name. Is that China Mike? Or was it Phil McKnight? It was one or the other. Neither one of which are particularly good with names. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Oh, no. It was. I think it was Phil because I was outside mowing the lawn listening to Phil. And he was like, I feel so bad. I always want to say it right. And he's like, Crenars. Oh, I'm not even going to.
The eye patch tat. So what do I get? LPD on one eyelid and then pedals on the other eyelid? LPD pedals.
If you want the pedals for life, it's got to be on the hand. If you get it somewhere like hidden, that's only pedals for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get the LPD logo on the eyelid, every time I blink, it's subliminal messaging to everybody watching the video.
How about on your forehead? Right there, LPD pedals.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, I think it's Jeff Hardy, who has like the face paint on, and when he closes his eyelids like this, you see like another set of eyes. And it's like,
oh, wow.
It's like, It's a little creepy, but cool.
Excuse me.
I don't think I can sit there and get my eyelids tattooed.
No. We are 20 minutes into the show. Oh yeah, did I forget any of the sponsors during the voiceover? Let's see. Let's double check and double thank the sponsors.
Double back.
Did it? Oh, dang it! I did. I knew I forgot one.
Yep.
Reno Fin Custom Guitars, maker of the Ben Coombs signature guitar, as well as all my signature pickup lines, available at renofin.ca. As well, then we'll cover LPD Pedals, Tesi Switch, FU Tone, Vibraprint, Ardens music, and side music. Ardens, you need shirts. I've been telling you for years. They're not listening.
You know what you need to get from FU Tone and try out that new jack. Instead of being all flippy floppy, like it locks that stuff in. Have you seen that?
Hey, Fruitcake Tony.
Yeah, I just seen that actually advertised.
It's called
I thought that was interesting.
It's like spelled QI, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced key.
Yeah.
You know.
A blackjack guitar.
Blackjack Guitars here. Nice.
I mean, QI is actually how you pronounce the word chi, like chi energy,
Yeah.
but they didn't pronounce it chi, so I don't know what they call it key or something.
I would. But then again, God knows I can't pronounce stuff.
But it looks good because it's got 3 rings of metal separated by some sort of hard plastic in the middle. So your 3 contact points, or your 2 if it's only a if it's not a TRS, if it's a TS cable, your 2 contact points of that, they're solidly like locked in there like this.
Right.
It's not like it's where you have 1 point holding it and it's flopping around in there. You know, it's like a lot of this, you know.
It's almost more like a cell phone.
It's a lot of this. I mean, you guys were not getting it for a minute there.
Oh, I was getting it. I was being nice.
Ben
I was waiting to see.
I got it, but I just
just like-
didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You guys are being too proper, but yeah, no. It seriously looks good though.
Nice.
You know, I guess
No, we
I'd
don't
have
want to
that.
get Ben's videos into the lower queue. That's why
Oh,
we don't
not
do
again.
things like this.
Yeah. Don't be doing that, you guys.
What? This?
Yeah, this.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, it's perfect because it goes like in
Oh,
like
Terry's
Ben.
going.
and
Ben,
locks
you do the other
around.
half. Ben, you do the other half.
Hey, how's it, Twang?
Eh,
Just gonna do
Hey,
Dr.
how's-
Tong's House of 3D.
Watch one for you. Watch one for you said, why did it take so long to come up with that jack? Because I guess there was no monetary reason.
They've
for that.
done stuff like that before, but
Really?
it's never been perfected. So, yeah,
There you go. There's your answer.
that's what I'm going with. Did you guys happen to see the Tim Pierce video with Neil Girardo?
Mm-hmm.
How good was that?
not I.
Every time I see Neil Girardo, I'm a bigger fan of him. Sorry, I can't even say it correctly. Neil Girardo. Forget it. And
There
it's
you go.
because he gives so much back. Like his whiskey or whatever. Is it whiskey or bourbon?
Well, bourbon is a whiskey, but a whiskey isn't necessarily a bourbon.
He has some sort of booze company, but he's from
Oh,
the
sorry,
start of the company giving money back to like music charities for kids and for underprivileged
Chris
kids.
Thomas?
Hello, Terry.
And I will say, like, you watch a Tim Pierce video, and, he seems like such a nice guy, right? And I will say I've had the pleasure of running into him on a couple of occasions, and he's a really nice guy. Like, I think he might be Canadian. There's some Canadian DNA in him because
I think so too.
the first time I met him, he's like, "Oh, I'd love to talk. I really would, but I got a meeting and I gotta." I'm like, "Yeah, no worries," because he was already hoofing her along at a clip, and I'm hoofing along at a clip at the opposite direction. And JJ's with me. He's like, "Tim Pierce," and then I'm like, "Hey, Tim, oh, this is great to meet you." And boom, done. And I was like, great, because he, and then I was one of those guys, like, I knew he did something, but I didn't know what he did. I didn't know his exact resume. But based off age, I figured he'd done some stuff, and I'm like, oh, you've done stuff, all right. You've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
For a long time.
He's like the
here's a video
modern
idea.
version
Is Tim
of-
Pierce a Canadian?
You know
He's
what?
like a modern version of Tommy Tedesco. He played on like everything.
Yeah. Actually, Crenard, that would be a good side video thing to do at NAMM. Like walk around to various people and ask them, is Tim Pierce Canadian?
Well, it's like
didn't Tim Pierce play with Rush?
Well, it's like who's the Canadian slide player? The one guy. Well, there's two guys that are really good, but
Joey Landreth.
Ariel Posen, yeah, and Landreth too. It's like, oh, okay, they're Canadian. It's like when I first saw them, they were just like they were on like that pedal show, I think, in the UK, and they're like, "Thank you so much for having me," and they're like, "Okay."
Now we have independent verification in the chat. Laz says, yeah, I ran into Tim Pierce at the end of NAMM Saturday. He told me the same thing. He looked tired. Yep.
Yeah.
He's probably going to meet like some musical director for like a big gig or something.
He's from Albuquerque. Interesting. Nice. Well, yeah, he's cool.
Craig Tomlinson said met him at Gearfest a couple years ago. Super nice.
Nice.
And he seems to have a passion about what he does too.
Yep. Yeah, he's not jaded.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's be honest, like, assuming you lead a fairly clean lifestyle, okay, and he was the Pete Thorne of the day, we'll call him, session work, obviously, touring, blah, blah, blah. I would think he would probably have made like relative decent coin. You know what I mean? Like, have
you seen? Like, I've watched all of his videos.
Like, the stars are here these days, and the hired guns are down here as far as pay scale. But I'm assuming it was probably a little closer back in the day.
It was. His house is insane. In a couple of videos, you see a little bit of his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's done okay. I mean, but he's a hard worker too. That guy always works all the time. And he's so polished. Like when he's just playing, like in his videos, there's no, noise in between the notes. All the chords are clear.
Yeah,
like it just sounds great.
So
there is a Canucks with Guitars Facebook group, Fret Love Midnight. Look for it. We'll add you in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there was a topic that was brought up as part of Steve's stream, and I didn't really see much into it, but I am curious about it, which was the word or some rumor about NAMMs now being dead since how this summer NAMM went.
First of all, let's be honest. For Summer NAMM, it's a smaller event. However, global traffic, aka travel, is still quite restricted.
Yeah.
So that right there, hassle. It was the hassle factor.
Yeah.
So let's give it a year or two, assuming things quote unquote settle down. I'm not going to get into anything, discussion but assuming things return to normal, I think it'll bounce back at 80%. I think there's going to be a handful of companies that it's like, no, I'm good. I don't need it. But then there's other companies that will still go there, meanwhile having no purpose being there. Kiesel. Kiesel has no business being at NAMM. It's a business-to-business event. They don't sell business-to-business. They sell direct-to-consumer. And the consumer it's not open. Yeah.
Well, I think that's just it as well too. Like what you're saying. Like when I seen people talking about that. Like I seen numerous videos posted about that. About NAMM's dead, and I'm like, oh, it's probably dead because not too many people can travel. But I can't see NAMM itself being actually dead yet.
No, like, and I don't think it'll get back to exactly what it was, because there are some companies that are going to dip out. Some companies that have already dipped out, PV, in some ways, but like they said, like, Fender and Gibson weren't at Summer NAMM. Okay, but Gibson has the Gibson Garage.
Gibson had the
right,
garage,
so
yeah.
they're already in town. Like,
Yep.
So there is that, and Fender didn't do it well. Okay, but Fender is still one of those companies. Like, I don't think most companies fly in all their dealers for dealer meetings, Tom.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Sean that owns Ardens.
Right.
He's flown in to Palm Springs every year. Well, pre-COVID, obviously.
Yeah.
But they get flown into Palm Springs. They hang out there for a day of meetings. Then they go to the Fender USA factory, do a tour and stuff. And, yeah, that's a yearly thing. And I'm like, holy crap, that's a company still is technically whining and dining, because he doesn't pay for it. That's all on their dime. Now, granted, you have to, you move, like maybe some people have to pay their way to get there. And then once you're there, type situation. But he owns 3 stores and he moves enough product.
He moves a lot of product, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Scott?
If the way I see it in any business, not music, guitar, in any business, if a company's giving you free stuff, I looked at one today because I wanted to see what numbers were for, like on YouTube, for people that do subjects or topics on YouTube that have an audience of hundreds of millions.
Right.
So this dude on YouTube, I guess, now he got famous because he works with Mr. Beast, who's like enormous, and he's an artist. He had 20 brand new MacBooks that he painted and gave away to someone. I'm like, and I was talking to my buddy. I'm like, well, Apple probably just gave him those, and he's like, so at like, let's just say $2-3 grand a piece. They were really nice ones. They're going to give him 40 to 60,000 US worth of product. He's like, I don't think they're just going to give that away. I said, this guy has 24 million subscribers. His last video had 10 million views. They'll spend $60,000 to get in front of 10 million eyes. They'll do it.
One of two things will happen.
They probably send all those laptops for free.
You got on one side, NAMM will continue whether or not guitar companies are there. That could be a diminishing side of it because it's much bigger than just guitars. Also, what if they just wrap NAMM into CES?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like when you mentioned that, and when I was thinking about that, quite honestly, they should be one big, large event. Period.
Yeah, or do you just guerrilla warfare it? Like, okay, so you're Lawrence. All right, so you got your suitcase full of pedals or a pedal board in a suitcase.
Hey, Scott.
And you don't necessarily attend NAMM, but you just attend a big guitar show every weekend.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you can't go to a fairly decent guitar show every weekend, for the most part, or every other weekend? That's going to be somewhere in the U.S. or Canada. Not Canada. We don't have any. But, you got your Dallas Guitar Show. I'm sure other major cities have some kind of a guitar show festival around. Hit half a dozen of those, and how many sales are you going to make, right?
Yeah.
Look at how many of those silly Acoustasonic guitars they gave YouTubers. Yeah.
Yeah,
those things sell for some reason. We're too late.
Giving those away like candy, man.
Yeah. They didn't offer me one, Fender. Fine. Call you out on winding your strings and a couple other items in dozens of videos, and that's what I
have zero interest in those Acoustasonics.
Apparently, Zach says he's going to be in Oshawa Wednesday, and I guess thinks that you and him could hit up Elmer.
No, I think who he's traveling with is in we. Not me. Ben, what do you think of Dirty Honey? I dig him. Speaking of bands I like, Standstills announced some shows, and Crown Lands. It's interesting because I'm seeing all these major bands announce shows, and of course, Terry, nothing booked in Canada. And then all of a sudden, in the past week, because of limited travel, all of a sudden the Canadian bands are all announcing tours of Canada. I'm like, All right.
Yeah.
Big Rick's playing in town later this year.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like $80 a ticket. So although but small venue too, like 700 feet theater. So you get sit in a comfy seat. And remember, Terry, they do have a bar out front so you can take your cold snacks to your seat.
Yeah.
That's handy.
Do you guys have, it is cheaper for me now. I can get most of the new movies at my movie theater, and they just started doing this after like whole, lockdown stuff. I can go to the movie theater. It's very expensive for movies where I live, like ridiculous for what it should be. Like during the day matinee, it's minimum, unless you're a kid under 11, it's like $13.50 or $14 each US.
Oh yeah.
So that's $28.
That's not expensive, Tom.
For two people. No, but I'm just saying, like, compared to what it is to watch it at home. For two people to get to go in, $28. And then if I go, it's usually me and Kyan. He wants like another $20 worth of snacks. I'd rather just rent it for him at home. Now they're a little ridiculous. They're $20 to rent at home, but it's cheaper than the ticket price. And
see you last.
Most movies these days, I'd rather watch at home. If it's a big like Marvel comic or something, but if it's something else, I'll just watch at home.
And Quentin's back. Mayhem says, I'm up for Big Wreck. I'll cover the tickets if you wrangle backstage passes.
I'd love to see Big Wreck.
Can I?
Quentin said, unless you get that $48 small popcorn.
Like, doubtful. I do know people that work there, Mayhem, but Mark's a bit of a douche canoe at times. I'm just saying. So we'll see. Somebody was a Blackjack Guitar asked any word on Headstones playing. Haven't seen anything. I'd say they're pretty much that status of doing fly-in shows / festivals once they're back, because the last time the Headstones reformed, they did do an album 2 to 3 years ago, and they did a GoFundMe to pay for it. So I don't think they're in the infrastructure phase. Like, I'm guessing at least 3, if not 4 band members have day jobs.
It's funny. I'm just going to answer a comment on what Watchman says in the side chat. Here he goes. You smuggling candy from the Dollar Tree, cheap brand candy. Oddly enough, our Cineplex Odeon Theater in my town, what's right next door? Dollar Tree.
Nice.
And always before the movies, there's all kinds of people in the Dollar Tree.
No doubt.
It's like, my God.
Well, considering the dollar stores even sell the oversized packaging like they have at the movie theater too, so you just...
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't notice. But in regards to like what you're saying, Tom, our Cineplex Odeon, I think, at least the one here in my town, it's like, I think an adult ticket is like $8 Canadian, unless what they do is they put a premium on weekend.
That'd be a good
Friday
show,
and Saturday.
Headstones playing with Sloan and somebody else.
The reason I think it's expensive is I can go like an hour and a half away to my parents' house, and that same $13.50 or $14 ticket is between $7 to $8.
Yes.
An hour away from me, and it's not. I'm not in a metropolitan area. I'm outside of the metropolitan area, and so are my parents. But they know people in their area won't pay that, so they have to make it wrong.
Where it's the opposite, because I'm in a small city, small town area, it's cheap. But if I went towards Ben to the larger Cineplex Odeons that have like the 3D theaters and crap in it, the tickets there are...
I think the theater, if I'm not mistaken, I think Amanda's actually gone in the last couple of years. I don't know. Last time I went, I think it was $20 a ticket, Canadian.
Yeah, I think at nighttime it's somewhere between 17 and 20 for adults. But I'm thinking about taking Kyan tomorrow, because the one that I go to that has the special on Tuesdays, it's $5 US.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're 1 year old or 99 years old, and it's all the days. So you can find the one with like the good rumble seats and like the 3D, and they're all $5. So those book up first, like all the IMAX book up that are normally like $24.
Okay,
a
Amanda
ticket
says
or
it's
whatever.
about 16 Canadian. So
There you go. Oh, they have the D-box seats. Absolute Mayhem said. D-box seats where I won't go.
yeah, Mayhem goes to the movies.
The D-box seats ones near me are like sometimes they're like $21 to $24. They have like those rumble seat things and everything, you know.
See,
They're still $5 though on Tuesday. That's the best
I used
part.
to go all the time to local theater in town because it was a cheap independent theater and they charged $5 all the time.
You know what you see? You see the
And
third-
my buddy was the ticket taker, so I just walk in
Yeah.
and I said, "Oh, I'm going to talk to buddy at the snack bar," you know, and
Yeah.
just walk over there and then walk to the ticket area. And he's like, "Come on in." I'm like, all right. And depending on what time you go, it's like, all right, if you go for the early movie, well, you might as well just hop next door and watch the late show on the other screen. Because why not? You're already there.
Moist with the Tea Party would be a good combo as well too.
I've seen the Tea Party. I have no desire to see Moist.
See, the thing is, like, when Pulp Fiction came out, I saw it 11 times in the theater, but that's when the ticket price was between like $1.75 and $2.25, depending what time of day you went. I couldn't afford to see it that many times in the theater now.
Yeah.
Cost me like $400, you know, it'd be like $300 or something.
Actually, House of Twang, I'll agree. Drive-in theaters are much better now because now you just tune in with your car stereo, which sounds way better than that little speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Quentin goes to those 25-cent movies.
Yeah, but he only gets to see about 30 seconds at a time.
That's all he needs.
Yeah, but don't you have to wipe the seat first?
They pay like a very underpaid like teenager to clean up after.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking different type of movie.
Oh, wow. Watchmen for you. That's cool. Looks in, it serves dinner, $20, hamburgers and drinks.
Well, see, that's the problem. The one that has $5
Wow.
tickets also has a menu with all this food that Kyan wants to order. So I have to always tell him, no, we're just going to like get lunch before and then you can get some popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Let's
the
see how
thing
that works out
kills it.
tomorrow, Tom. Let's see how that works out.
Well, because they're trying to make their money off the food. I always feel bad though, because
Do you
We
want
have- we
to
have
go to the
breaking
dollar
news.
store?
We have breaking news and no sharing. It's not coming in on the CBC.
all right, what is it?
The final result of the cookies.
Nice.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
Red Level Midnight says you bring an eighth to a theater for the staff. The world is your oyster off the phone. My theater is mostly people under 18 or over 70, so the employees. So I don't know if that would work.
So one pocket is the ecstasy, the other pocket's the Viagra.
One person will just get you reported, the other person will get you sent to jail for distributing drugs to a minor.
Yep.
Hey, dude, I got these really cool pop rocks.
No, that's when you just say,
Check them out.
I'm not saying the bag that might be taped behind the toilet in the men's room stall 3 is your bag, son. But
I'm not saying they're
you
regular
happen
gummy bears
to
or not, but
endorse it. You know, I'm just saying. I'm saying, but I'm not saying.
Have a good
I
night,
got,
Gear
I got
Junkie.
2 bags of gummy bears here.
Hey, Gear
One is
Junkie.
still in a package from the store. One is wrapped up in a Ziploc bag. I'm not saying which is which, but
All right.
you know,
More
here's some
breaking
gummy bears
news.
for you.
I'll trade you my bag of gummy bears for your bag of gummy bears.
Exactly.
That one's for Tom.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Yeah, with the water
Nice.
stands for reference for some.
Wow. Nice. Oh,
Oh,
man.
that someone's
see the-
illegally hiding in some illegal
Well, you
green
can't-
stuff.
Can't see the Camaro for the trees.
I know.
Yeah, thumbs up just on that. So, well, see, we've had this super hot, humid weather where it rains an hour every day, which is watering
Now,
everything every day.
Yeah.
I know he's like, you know, grown stuff as far as just, you know, working with plants for years and years, so he knows what he's doing. But do you guys have super rich soil up there, or is he just adding nutrients every day and shit? Because those things are freaking huge.
Oh.
I've only seen ones get really big in like the Pacific Northwest that big.
Says the jug in the middle was a 4-liter water bottle.
Wow. I'm curious. I'd be curious, man. What kind of nutrients and stuff? Like, do you do like compost teas, or do you do Anyway, I'm not going to get into that boring stuff now, but
The green is green powered.
oh, see,
That would be
I'm
hilarious.
practicing on other herbs and vegetables, Ben. So once I get the go ahead from Uncle Joe, if he ever gets up from his nap and signs the right piece of paper, I'll be ready.
But I do think it's true. I don't think there's any bad soil parts in here in Ontario.
Well, there is, but we just don't use it. We have a lot of good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of unused, clean soil that's not been run over and
Right.
over.
80% of our country is wilderness, so.
Well, I was looking at something the other day. They said 50% of the population lives in areas in Canada that sit either at or below the highest point of the United
I
States.
saw that too. That was
nuts?
insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, what was it? If you take the 49th parallel
Yep, that's
and
exactly
the
it.
lowest point in Canada, which is St. Something Island in Lake Erie, and you do that narrow band, there's actually more Americans in that population than Canadians, and it's half of Canada.
Areas. Yeah, it's all the little areas that dip down. But I mean, you can tell before they actually made country boundaries, everyone wanted to just stay below the frost line. And they kind of, they tried to stay far enough below the frost line if they could.
Yeah.
It's wild that happened. But it makes sense how your real estate in your whole lower part of your country just went through the effing roof. Like, the amount of Chinese buying in Vancouver now, that's insane.
Been that way for 20 years, dude.
They said like 40 to 50% of the property is owned by Chinese nationals now in Vancouver alone. Yep. Not even counting the rest of British Columbia. I'm like, and he's like, this. I saw it on Vice TV, and they're like, this guy was like, they don't even live here.
Yeah,
they just buy them and either rent them out or they sit there.
Yep,
they just want to hold the property. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, which has driven up the market accordingly.
And then you have no commerce to go with it. Like, normally when you drive up the market, all those people are buying into the local economy. No one is buying into the local economy. That's the problem, because they're not there.
Yep.
Or you have 20 $10 million homes that should house 20 wealthy families, and they don't house anyone. It's like
Christopher reporting in. He saw Ontario license plate in Michigan today. Nice.
There you go.
Yeah,
I knew it. I just knew it.
Boner Jams.
I'm going to buy Canada.
I knew it. The whole country.
What's up, Boner Jams? Great to see you.
Hope you got a bunch of space rocks to do that.
Is that guy that was he was really big in the BC Bud scene? He used to call him like the Prince of Pot. Is he still around?
Mark Emery?
He was Mark Emery, that's him, yeah. He was known as the biggest cannabis guy in Canada and like one of the top 5 cannabis
and he was
people in the world.
30 years ago he had that rep.
He was risking going to jail when you could actually do like 50 years.
He went to jail.
Well, I know he won a couple times, but like didn't he have like the first open dispensary though, like right on Main Street in Vancouver? Yeah, I remember that.
In the 90s.
Yeah, I remember reading about it in high school.
You're like, I want to go there.
Well, I'll tell you, the big guys were him, and then in the U.S., it was the guy from Harborside Medical. He has the braids. Oh, what's his name? I know you'll know him if I say his name, but anyway, he made like $13 million or something because he got in really early in the medical cannabis in California.
He sold a lot of seeds.
Yeah,
he sold a lot of seeds.
Well, apparently though,
I will not admit to recognizing Mark's name, and he did spell it correctly with a C. Just saying.
Yeah. Apparently though, at the highest, I mean, if you want to grow high level stuff and not just yard weed, the seeds are where all the money's at. Apparently, because they're getting $10 to $20 a seed now for like really rare phenotypes and stuff.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris and Christian Hunter, you are actually correct. That has actually been
Convent nuns. That's awesome.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years, I think now.
That's awesome. Telling you, man, once my kids are all finished school and stuff, they don't fix stuff, I might just have to be moving up north, see if they'll take me. I'll use Terry and Ben as a reference. Although they probably just tell him how bad I am. They're like, no, we can't let him in. Be like, yeah, we like talking to him online, but don't let him in. Trust me, don't let him in.
And being Canadian, they just call you up. Is he cool? Yeah, he's cool. Okay.
But don't let him in.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole conversation.
They call Ben and like, hello, Ben. I have
some bent Tom
Mr.
guy.
True,
I don't know who you're talking about.
No, I have Mr. Trudeau on hold for you. Tell him to hold on. I'm taking a bong rip. Okay, Ben needs you to hold. He's taking a bong rip. Okay, Ben, are you ready? Yeah, I guess I'm ready. Throw Justin on. Whatever, fine. And he's like, oh, Ben, sorry to bug you. Is it okay to let these people in? You're like, yeah, they're cool. They're cool, man. And he's like, all right, cool, thanks.
I dig it. What's up, JT?
Mayhem said he can get $75 a seed there. Wow.
That's true for at 11 midnight.
Yeah.
I'm having a
Edwin asks, who's bent? That'd be that guy.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Let me fix it. Should I fix it?
Yeah, that's up to you.
Make it easier so then they know who you mean.
So I read Blackjack Guitars comment, and I'm having a Star Wars moment because he says, I buy clones.
Yeah. Well, see that.
Tom, I almost took the photo. So I'm driving down the road the other day, and I see a vapor barrier wrapped greenhouse, like a temp greenhouse.
Yeah, like 50 yards long.
Easy, right?
Oh.
And then a big sign. The big sign had to be 12 feet by 30 feet, and it just said clones. That's all it said. There was no business name. There was no phone number, no address.
I still wonder why you don't have your own growing at home. I guess because, why double the efforts? But, I mean.
I don't need to.
That's what I mean. But I'm saying just to experiment.
It's been outsourced. It's been outsourced.
Yeah. But it's so cheap when you show me those prices, like even like pink panties and like champagne. They're like, oh, well, this is the more expensive one. It's 120 an ounce. No,
hey, James,
you're looking like that kind of stuff. If you were to buy per ounce in the U.S., like at least state I live, you're looking at like 600 to 1,000 an ounce.
For a second, I thought it went into Ian Tom's territory there.
It's getting to the point where they're just putting it in with a shovel. Because the crazy part is, now I've noticed around town.
Are they growing it like tobacco? They're just sowing all the fields with it?
Pretty much. Yeah, they're just growing it by the acre. But now it's not just on the res. Like we actually have legal shops in town now too.
Oh, cool. Competition.
Well, and but I was going to, they're popping up everywhere, which is great.
Well, before you know it, it'll be like buying
my town just got two open.
I think they're just waiting for Philip Morris to legalize in the U.S., and then they're going to start, selling packs joints in every gas station. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just it.
That's what they want to do.
That's what the big smoke manufacturers want.
I have a buddy
because then they can jump on that. Like you said, then do it packs.
Yeah, I have a buddy that works like in political stuff down in Washington. He goes, I can tell you straight up. He goes, once Coca-Cola, Philip Morris, and a handful of other manufacturers get their stuff in line, because Coca-Cola apparently is working on a beverage.
They've been doing it here for years. All of those beverage companies, they've been just working in Canada, ramping up. So
they're ready to go. As soon as they're ready to go, they'll sign it into law. It's like, as soon as the wealthy people tell them, we're ready to go, okay, you can do it.
Well, and that's the thing. You have your ultimate test market for those global companies because
that's their test market.
We're the 1/10 the size, so there's your test market, if you will.
But if they test it anywhere in any populated area in Canada, they're all like testing in a metropolitan city almost, because it's so many people in that area that it's a perfect test market.
And just what Fret Level Midnight's saying in the side chat. Well, it is very possible that you can be allergic to marijuana. So
yes.
So it is kind of a good thing that you bring that point up, because not everyone can smoke it or consume it or everything else.
Fret Level Midnight. That's why a lot of people will not get a dispensary job where they make you start as a trimmer. Because if you are a trimmer for 6 months to a year, about one out of every two people will die will develop CHS.
Yeah.
And it's just from touching the actual stuff too much. When you're touching it for like 8 hours a day, all day. And if you see the ones on the west coast of the U.S. at least now, and I'm sure probably all the ones in Canada do this because they've been doing it longer, they all wear thick gloves when they're trimming.
Yep.
But even the spores coming up all day long.
Yep.
Well, let's see. We're getting to the top of the hour here. So before I forget, excuse me, I want to thank the patrons on Patreon because they help make this show happen, along with the channel members. We're up to 33 channel members now. Hey, Metalhead Hippie. Hey, so if you'd like to help support the channel for, I believe, as little as $1 a month is the bottom tier. What? Where's that? You can become a patron at that address down below. So I would like to thank
Hippie,
Guitar Man 45, Symmetry, Paul McNary, Nicky Settlemeyer, Joe C, Keith H, Knucklehead 0, unfucking believable, Charles 75N, John ZD351, JP Page 2, Jose Benito Martinez Jr., Fruitcake Tony, Bent Tom, Blackjack Guitar, Grumpy Mike Guitar, Craig Tomlinson, Todd Flowers, Charles Green, Brad Guitar Miller, Absolute Mayhem, and CJ, without taking a breath this week. Holy crap. That was fresh.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you, one and all.
Nice.
So any parting questions, folks? Get them in now before we'll wrap up things in a few minutes here. By the way, if you haven't checked out Metalhead Hippie's channel, I'm just saying, if you happen to live under a rock and haven't checked out his channel, please check out Metalhead Hippie. He's live, I'm pretty sure, 6 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Or if you're in Alaska, maybe even go visit him.
That too.
There you go.
You could be live on the show. Hey, wouldn't that be awesome?
Maybe one of the moderators could throw a link to Hippie's channel in the chat, please. Hydrate, people. All right, I can do that. Aha! I'm not broke.
You finally got it to work.
Yeah, well, we're getting right down on the cold snack here. So, thoughts on the new 2021 No Reverse Thunderbird?
Didn't see it. Haven't seen it.
Thanks, Mayhem. Cheers, Symmetry.
I don't know if
hydrate with water.
Call that new.
We got that for after the show. We got water. This is well. Let's be honest. This is 4.6% alcohol, so that means she's 95.
In Canada, that's water.
Just water. See you, Cushman. I heard they were going to bring back the Firebird X with Robo Turners. No. Just no.
I don't think that's possible.
Just no. Please no. No.
Gibson's just now in a position to get themselves back into more positive thoughts and views.
Natty Light is water, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Old Milwaukee is also water.
Oh, yeah. Tepid, no.
Old
Stagnant water, maybe.
We used to call that old swill.
Oh, it is.
It's that old mill.
You know who could drink that stuff likely is Ike from Flipside Music, because he likes like his Genesee, and that stuff's just.
Janice said her guy drinks Natty Ice 5.9.
Kind of reminds me of that.
I'd try that.
That's the beer they sell down in Baltimore at the Orioles games, Natty Bow. It's called Bows and O's.
Oh, God.
Natty Bows with the O's. So that's why they do it. They sell Bows and O's.
I can only drink Coors Light if I'm in the U.S. I can't drink Coors Light in Canada. I can't.
I find Coors reminds me of Molson Canadian.
Yeah. Well, Coors isn't Coors Molson Coors, right?
Yeah.
Although Canadian Light is worse. I don't even know if they still make that. Oh, God.
Sometimes I just wonder if they take water and just pour some alcohol and beer flavoring in.
Right?
You
know?
Like
they wash out the vats and go bottle it up.
Swish beer.
Well, as we get to the top of the hour, Terry. Oh, I did point the right way. Any parting words? Well, I'll take care of this.
thanks again to the folks that have been watching me doing some live streams, watching my content. Also, tomorrow I go for A1 blood work, so I'm hoping my sugar levels are still dropping. And just
Nice.
a reminder to everyone else out there, to keep up on your health stuff.
Yes. I will agree to that because I took Pops to a doctor's appointment today. So, which is awesome. Well,
Apparently my vitamin D levels are dangerously low. That's what I found out from my blood work today.
sorry, vitamin D.
Yeah,
Get out in the sun, buddy.
I know. I haven't been outside.
Yeah. Especially with the new dew, all you have to do is just pull off the T-top for about a minute and a half, and you'll
Well, I was probably
right
outside
to the brain.
Sometime last week, but it's just I don't know what it is. It's probably
But be
because
careful because you don't want to burn
I think
that.
it's because I have a lactose intolerance, so I never drink milk. I don't drink milk. I don't eat dairy, so I don't naturally get it, other than if I would from the sun.
Now remember, folks, if Tom shows up and he starts growing fangs, we know his health is going for the bad.
Yeah.
Because he's becoming a vampire.
No, all my other vitamin levels were fine.
15 grams of carbs? I don't know. Do they have the carbs on here? Nope.
Yeah, need more D, vitamin D,
There's Eddie Van Haskell.
not the D.
His LSD levels are low. That sucks.
Oh, God. Please, no. Don't make the
Glad you enjoyed it, Chris. So, yes, parting words, Tom.
Chris.
Gotta get some vitamin D, I guess.
And it's not a euphemism. It's summer. Get out there. That's what I'm saying.
Can I
do
get some
that.
of that vitamin D cream?
Even if I just go outside and stand in the sun, it's been hot and humid, and I'll just stand there for 5 minutes. I won't move because moving causes sweat, but just absorb that sun in.
I've been outside. He said it's most likely because of the lack of any kind of dairy in my diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big factor too. Nice. So other than that, yes, great show. Thanks everybody that tuned in. Thanks everybody that contributed. Thanks to the Mod Squad, #Mod Squad, for helping out as always.
Yeah.
We had a nice cross section of people in here. We had returning people, newer people, Dale Palmer at the end.
Dale Palmer, there you go. Yeah.
And there is.
Henning
Hey,
has animals at the end. I have Dale Palmer at the end. I prefer it. Just saying.
Why don't I
You know
drink
what?
almond
That'd be
milk? I'm
funny.
allergic to almonds.
Find some
It's
video
gonna fuck you
footage of
right up.
Dale. Find some video
And I'm
footage
allergic
of
to
Dale
soy too.
and do Dale at the end or Dale in the outro and do like a video outro of Dale. That would be perfect.
All right, Dale needs to send me a short video clip just going Dale at the end.
Scott Brockway said you need boner jams at the end.
We do need boner jams at the end too. So yes. So thanks again, everybody that tuned in tonight. Again, if you're new watching or if you're watching on replay, comment down below a question and we can answer it next week. That never happens.
Yes. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe.
That too. Yep. Helps with the algorithms. YouTube, we like it. We love you, YouTube. Algorithm. Yeah. So as always, hold those doors open. Let that lady in ahead of you in traffic do good things, and good things will happen to you. Why? Because Doug's wife is real.
Cold snacks are tasty.
Happy tone chasing. And as always, don't litter. Don't flippin' litter. Someone tossed an empty pack of darts out on my driveway today. Bastards.
And
Don't
keep
litter.
your stick on the ice.
That too, but don't litter.